It began on a quiet winter night. No warning, no pattern, just a devastating act of violence that would ignite one of the most haunting investigations in American history. On December 20th, 1968, two teenagers, Betty Lou Jensen and David Faraday, parked their car along Lake Herman Road, a place known for peaceful evenings and star-filled skies. Minutes later, that silence was shattered. A vehicle pulled up beside them. A man stepped out, and in a matter of seconds, both teenagers were shot, leaving investigators with no motive, no weapon, and no trace of who committed this senseless act. This should have been an isolated tragedy, but it wasn't. 7 months later, on the night of July 4th, another couple, Darlene Ferrin and Michael Mageau, sat in a parked car at Blue Rock Springs Park. Fireworks echoed across the sky. Then, another sound cut through the celebration. Gunshots. The attack mirrored the Lake Herman Road murder, but this time, one victim survived. His description of the attacker gave police their first real lead, but it still wasn't enough. What happened next transformed these murders into something far more chilling than anyone expected. 3 local newspapers received letters, written in precise handwriting, filled with taunting words, disturbing claims, and a strange symbol, a circle with a cross through it. Each letter included details from the murders that only the killer or the police could know. Inside the envelopes were cryptic ciphers, promising the identity of the murderer if one could decode them. Suddenly, the investigation was no longer just about a shooting. It had become a psychological war. The letters contained threats of more violence, demands for publication, and a terrifying declaration that the killer intended to continue unless he received the attention he wanted. Within days, a high school teacher and his wife cracked the first cipher. Their discovery revealed a disturbing message, one that spoke not of remorse but of pleasure. A message describing murder as a kind of game, a chilling insight not into who the killer was, but into the mindset behind the crimes. But even with the code solved, the identity of the murderer slipped further away. In September 1969, another attack occurred at Lake Berryessa. A couple relaxing by the water was approached by a man wearing a strange hooded costume. He tied them up and stabbed them repeatedly before walking away as calmly as he had arrived. Investigators found a message scrawled on the victim's car door listing the dates of previous attacks, turning the crime into a signature. 2 weeks later, a taxi driver named Paul Stein was shot in the head in a San Francisco neighborhood. Witnesses saw the attacker walking away, unhurried. For the first time, police arrived within minutes. They were close, so close that 2 officers unknowingly drove past the killer due to a communication mistake. The city was now living in fear. The killer continued sending letters, mocking police, threatening school buses, and claiming responsibility for additional crimes. Reporters, detectives, cryptographers, and psychologists all joined the hunt. But every clue led to another question. Every cipher opened another mystery. Every lead dissolved into nothing. No matter how many suspects were investigated, the evidence never definitively pointed to a single individual. Names arose, names were dismissed, and the Zodiac Case grew into a legend of uncertainty, a maze with no exit. Over the decades, the murders, The letters, the ciphers, and the fear combined into an unsolved mystery that continues to echo across true crime history. What happened on those Californian nights remains one of the most terrifying reminders that sometimes the story isn't about who the killer is. It's about how a crime can hold an entire nation hostage with nothing more than words, symbols, and silence. The case remains unsolved. The identity remains unknown, and the Zodiac's shadow still lingers, unfinished, unanswered, and unforgettable.